Oh! Oh, that's delicious. Oh, that's delicious. Okay, you know what? You could just make a fudge out of this. I am making a Buckeye or peanut butter ball fudge. So I've got my butter. Now, just measured my peanut butter because people were yelling at me because the jar is 16 ounces and that's not equal. That's not the same amount. Guys, it's 1 tablespoon less. It's not going to hurt anything. So I've got that already measured. Let me see. Pour half of it out here. There we go. All right, I've got my vanilla. Now, let me just show you how much a cap full of vanilla is. So there's my cap full. This is one, well, you can't see it, hold on. Okay, this one is 1 teaspoon, that one was 2, but voila, 1 cap full of vanilla is 1 teaspoon, okay? All right, got my vanilla in there, got my peanut butter, so we're gonna mix this up first. All right, then I'm going to add our powdered sugar. I got my peanut butter mixture here. I have a used but clean piece of parchment. Well, I don't think I'm gonna go both. Now, for someone like me who hates making peanut butter balls, but I absolutely love the taste, oh my goodness, this is the way to go, okay? I keep forgetting to wet down my parchment paper, and I never remember. My viewers gave me that tip. I think for this one I'm gonna use the 7x7, but you can use 8x8 if you want. I just forgot I have to use my 8x8 for another recipe today. Okay, I'm gonna get this all smooth.
This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have quick and easy recipes your family will love to help you get in and out of the kitchen fast. Please visit us at livingonadime.com.
To make the fudge coating for this Buckeye fudge, I'm going to take my sweetened condensed milk. I'm only using a half a bag and a half a can, okay? But I am making another recipe that's going to use the other half of this today. So I'm going to make the whole thing up right now because I'm just going to use it. Otherwise, I would just save the ingredients and just make it later, okay? So for this recipe, I'm going to use half of this, but because I'm using it for another recipe, I've got both. Then my titch of butter. And I have started doing a sprinkle of salt. And we're going to microwave this and let it melt. Okay, it's been 30 seconds. I'm getting it all stirred up and let it go another 30 seconds until it's melted. All right. Oh, yum. There we go. It's all nice and smooth. Now, I'm going to take just half of this. Now, if you want, you can make this and then just take the rest of this and put it in another container, and it's just chocolate fudge. So you can do that if you want, but I'm making another variation of this peanut butter fudge recipe. So I'm going to show you how I do that. All right, get this all smooth. All right, we're gonna let this set up in the refrigerator, and then we are gonna cut it. My Buckeye fudge. Oh my goodness. I bet this is delicious. All right. Cut. Oh, yum. Okay, I'm gonna clean the knife in between so I have clean cuts. Oh my goodness, that looks delicious. Okay, I'm gonna try a taste here. Yep, that is a 10 out of 10. That's delicious. Yum. So I got chewed out because I said peanut butter is about a half a jar. Peanut butter is weighed, but the recipe calls for liquid measurements. So I'm going to clean out this peanut butter jar and melt down this peanut butter and see how much of a difference there is. Okay, so look and see, it's all nice and clean. Get it all scraped off, all scraped down in there, all off of my spatula to make sure I get every little itsy bitsy tiny bit. And then I'm going to throw this in the microwave and we're going to melt it down and see how much of a difference there actually is. Okay, I am mostly melted here, so let me get it all scraped in there, all nice. So for those of you yelling at me, oh, some people really just need a laxative. It's 2 tablespoons less of 2 cups. Believe me, guys, 1 tablespoon and 1 cup of peanut butter less is not going to hurt your peanut butter balls. It's really not. It's okay. All right, for this next variation of peanut butter cream cheese fudge, I am going to take my cream cheese, put it in my bowl here. Now, honestly, this could be a little bit softer. I just took it out of the fridge because I forgot. So I'm frugal. So all of this yummy goodness does not get left on the package. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna mix this with my peanut butter. Recipe is in the description below. And my vanilla. And my titch of salt. And I'm not going to add butter for this one. Now we're going to get this all mixed up. All right, now we're going to add our powdered sugar. Gonna mix all this up. my pan. I used my parchment paper before, but that's okay. So now I'm gonna take my base. If you didn't get your powdered sugar, if you got little clumps, just smush it back in there. Okay. And then, I don't know, I just find it easier to use my fingers. Okay, now we're gonna just warm up this extra fudge from the recipe before, and then we're gonna pour it over top. Okay, since this is already partially warmed, I just did 20 seconds. Get it all stirred up. Oh, nice and creamy. Get it all nice and flat. Okay, now I'm gonna pour the chocolate for my cream cheese peanut butter fudge. Now, I'm going to spread it in here like this. Oh my goodness, that looks so delicious. I can hardly wait to taste this. I love cream cheese, I love peanut butter, and I love fudge. Okay. All right, I'll let this set up in the refrigerator and then we're gonna cut it. All right, I got my cream cheese, Buckeye, peanut butter, balls, fudge, whatever you wanna call it, and it is not set up yet. So I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer, probably overnight. All right, let's see what this Buckeye fudge tastes like. I'm sorry, cream cheese just makes everything better. Yum. That is delicious. Making 2-ingredient fudge, but I'm adding a 3rd ingredient just to make it more whippy. And actually, I just changed my mind mid-recipe here. It's gonna add 2 other ingredients, so this is gonna be a 4-ingredient fudge, but I've got my vanilla frosting here. And my jar of peanut butter. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the microwave and let it melt. Now, if you want, you can just leave this 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge just like this, and it tastes delicious. But because I am Tara and I want to dominate the fudge recipe YouTube world, I am adding milk chocolate chips and peanut butter chips to bring this fudge a step up from just 2 ingredients. If you guys want to help me dominate the fudge recipe YouTube world, please hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up and share, and comment, guys. Tell me what you think. Do you guys like my fudge recipes? What do you think of these add-ins? What do you add into your peanut butter fudge? Because I know a lot of people would probably do Reese's or Reese's Pieces. Ooh, that would be so yummy. Reese's, decorate it with Reese's Pieces on top. Oh my, that would be yummy. Okay, now this is my silicone mold. You do not have to use silicone. I just got this one from the thrift store for $1. I will leave it in the description for you. Now what this is going to do is the chocolate chips and the peanut butter chips are going to melt in here and kind of make a creamy swirl type, it's just like a creamy swirl type thing, which is kind of what I'm attempting. I've never made this before with the chips, but I'm going to sprinkle a few on top. Get them all pushed in there. All right, we are going to let this set up for a couple of hours, And then we are going to come back and cut it. My peanut butter chocolate fudge. Now, of course, you can leave the chocolate out and just have peanut butter fudge, which is just as good. Oh my goodness, that looks so delicious. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that turned out crumbly with the chips in it. All right, peanut butter chocolate fudge, Reese's fudge, whatever you want to call it. Yum. All right, peanut butter fudge. Mike doesn't eat peanut butter, so I will sacrifice. Oh, that tastes just like a Reese's. That is really good. No bake peanut butter bars. I need to melt your butter or margarine. I'm going to melt that first. While that is melting, I'm going to take 1 package of graham crackers. Oops. And I forgot to cover it and just exploded it all over my microwave. Oh, fun. Okay. So, right there. Push all the air out. Yeah, you can do this in a food processor if you want. I just don't like cleaning up extra things if I don't need to. All right, there we go, perfecto. Okay, we're gonna pour this in our bowl, and we're going to add our butter. And 1 cup of peanut butter. This is 2 cups of peanut butter and it's about half full, so I'm just gonna use the whole thing. That way I don't have to mess with another measuring cup. And then 2 cups of powdered sugar. Then I'm going to leave this in my powdered sugar bag. All right, so now we're going to mix all this together. I'm going to get a spoon, it's easier. You can use the mixer if you want. go. Okay, now I've got my pan and my parchment paper. Now this is an 8x8 pan. You can use a 9x9 if you want. It just won't be as thick. And if you want them really thick, you can make it a loaf pan if you want. That would be crazy. There we go, all nice and smooth. All right, now since I'm just so anti wanting to have dishes, I am going to use my dish that I did my margarine in. Okay, this is a little bit of leftover peanut butter from another jar. Oops, that's a little too much. Shoot. Oh man. I hate to waste that much for, well, I'm gonna eat an apple or something with it later. Okay, so I'm gonna melt this. Now I love these mini chocolate chips because they just melt so much faster. And in things like chocolate chip cookies, it distributes them so that you get chocolate in each bite, but you don't have to use so much chocolate, but you still get a chocolate in each bite, so that's why I love them. All right, my microwave is 1200 watts. This took 45 seconds for this. Then I'm going to take and pour it all over. Okay, now we're going to put this in the fridge and let it set up. Okay, we have our finished butter bars here. Yumma-ramone. Okay, so now I'm going to cut them. Oh my, that looks delicious. Oh, yum. Okay, I will get my taste tester over here and we shall give them a try. Okay, it is peanut butter bars and Jack is going to test because Mike has an aversion to peanut butter.
Yeah.
So Jack is my taste tester.
All right.
Here we go.
I think it has peanut butter in it.
Does it smell peanut buttery?
Mm-hmm.
Does it taste peanut buttery?
Oh yeah, this is really good. Actually, this tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh, Yay, yum. 10 out of 10?
Yep.
No Christmas is complete without Aunt Donnie's peanut butter balls. Now, you could make these into peanut butter cups if you want, but it's a little bit more work. I just do the peanut butter balls because it's easier. Now, my butter was frozen, so it didn't stay out long enough to get it defrosted. So what I'm going to do is throw this in the microwave and just give it a short burst to defrost it. Check that it's not totally... I check every 10 or 15 seconds just to make sure it's not totally just mush. You don't want it mush, but you do want it softened. It's okay if there's a little bit of it that is liquid, but you don't want it all liquid. Perfect. So I think my butter is softened. Let me check if it's softened in the center. Not really. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in about 10 more seconds. Okay, I did 15 seconds, but I think that'll get it softened. Okay, got my butter, softened butter in here. So we're hauling out the big guns today. This thing I've had for 20 years. I love it. Yep, that's all softened. So now we need a cup of peanut butter. Now, this recipe is linked in the description below. I get a lot of people who say, where's the recipe? You didn't give the ingredients. No, because I make you go to our website to get it so that you can just print it out all nice and neat there. So it is in the description below. Now, people ask, can you use expired food? Yes, you can. This is July 2024, and right now it's October 2024. And we are still using this peanut butter, and it is just fine. Peanut butter does go rancid in your pantry quicker than other foods, but you still have 6 months to a year after the expiration date. Okay, just a titch more. All right, there we go.
So with 6 months to a year, how can you tell if it's bad?
You'll taste it. You'll know. It will not taste like peanut butter. It'll have an off taste, but you'll recognize it. Okay, this all in there. Now we need our powdered sugar. All right, for you guys wondering, this is where I keep my extra. Isn't that cute? My Pepsi crate that I got for free on the side of the road. That was a good deal. We want 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now I'm not going to dirty another measuring cup. Yes, I know this is liquid and not dry, but for this recipe it doesn't really matter. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 336 if you want the peanut butter cups, or 337 if you want the peanut butter balls. This was my Aunt Donnie's recipe that was given to Grandma, that was given to Mom, that was given to me. Easy recipes that will help you save money on your grocery bill that your family will love. Get your copy in the description below today. Oh, and I forgot my vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla from Dining on a Dime, Volume 1 also. This is a great Christmas present. I am almost out. Dear, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. Well, Mike calls it a melon baller. I guess it is a melon baller, but I was going to say ice cream scoops, but yeah, it would be a melon baller for this size. I love these little scoops that have the little flippy thing on there because it just comes out really nice and neat. Then I just take and now I'm not doing these perfectly, and I'll show you why. Because what I do is after I put them on here, then I go in and I just roll them. This just gives it a measured amount so they're all the same size. Okay, now I'm gonna go through and do all these, and then we're gonna pop them in the freezer. Okay, now the ever The never-ending question is, where do I put it in the freezer? Oh boy.
You can take off my ice pack and it'll fit right on those flat boxes.
Oh, there. Okay. Mike's knee ice pack, and it will fit right there. Thank you, dear. See, that's why I need you around. Okay, now we're gonna let these cool for, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour. And then we're gonna come back and dip them. Okay, there's the ice pack if you need it. Do you guys like my dresser that I put in my pantry? I got this for $25 at the thrift store and I absolutely love it. Okay, now we got our melting wafers, which I paid $1 for these on clearance after Christmas. So check the clearance aisle after Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. You can get these 50 to 90% off. One year I got 90% off, so instead of $5, it was around, what would that be, 50 cents, I think? Is that right?
I didn't hear
They were really cheap. 90% off of $5 is 50 cents, I think.
Yeah.
So I got them for 50 cents. I think I paid $1 for these. So that's a great way to save money on your Christmas candy making. All right, I need to explain something about why the recipe is written differently than how I'm doing it. So you can see here, Grandma and Aunt Donnie and Mom all used 1 packet of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of paraffin wax. Why did they do that? Because dipping chocolates were not available when this recipe came down to my family. So you can get the dipping chocolates, or you can get a box of paraffin. I got this one at a yard sale. It's probably $3 or $4 now. And all you do is just take, well, maybe, I think those melted together, but it's fine. All you do is just take and scrape 2 tablespoons of your paraffin in your mixing bowl here, or I mean your measuring cup here, just like so. Now this will last forever. I mean, I'm not kidding. I had paraffin that I used for 20 years before I ran out of my Christmas baking, so it's fine. It's not gonna go bad. If you're worried about eating wax, guys, it's not a big deal. You'll just poop it out. You won't do anything. It'll just slide right on through, all nice and smooth. So just don't even worry about it. But that is probably getting close to maybe just a little bit more with my 2 tablespoons. And then I would just pour in my chocolate chips and just melt as normal, about 30 seconds, and stir every 15 to 30 seconds after that, and keep stirring so your chocolate doesn't burn. Now, since we're all, what century are we in, dear?
21st.
Since we're all 21st century and not the 1900s anymore, we're just gonna pour all of our melting wafers in here and get these melted and start dipping our peanut butter balls. So I know it's crazy because you're like, Tara, nothing has really melted. Why are you stirring it? To release some of the heat so that the inside down here doesn't burn. Oh, yum. Now don't go more than 30 seconds, guys, because you'll burn your chocolate. I know it's a slow process, but in real time it's only like 2 minutes. Make sure you get clear down to the bottom, because the bottom always seems to warm up faster than the top. I don't know why. I don't know my microwave physics. Okay, so that last time I just did 15 seconds because I don't want to burn it. Very good. Okay. Now, this is not as thin as I would like it. I want it actually a little bit thinner. Well, maybe I should warm it up a little bit more. Man, that's pretty hot. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, because it's not quite as thin as I want, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of coconut oil. You could use shortening instead if you want. Coconut oil, I just like it better because it gets hard, and so it makes a nice, more firm coating. But thin it down just a bit with either shortening or coconut oil. Yeah, there we go. That's more the consistency that I want. So if your chips aren't thinning down, just add your tablespoon of shortening or coconut oil. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, doesn't that look delicious? Okay. All right, it has been about an hour. Woo! If you guys heard the saw, it was my son outside finishing his tiny house. He's making a bus into a tiny house. Okay, now let's think about this here. How am I gonna do this? Okay. All right, so I don't wanna waste my parchment paper, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and move them all to this end. Okay, then we're gonna start dipping. Now, a viewer sent me these for dipping chocolates. Oh my goodness, they are so darn tootin' cool. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below for you if you wanna try them. But if you don't have this fancy schmancy thing that's so cool, you can use a toothpick and just dip and tap it. There you go. Set it on your baking sheet and then just take your toothpick and just fix the top there. I'll show you how we do it with this little jobber. Put it in there, stir it around. Now I do like this better because it comes off cleaner, but oops, there we go. Okay, now we're just gonna do all of these peanut butter balls. Now you might have to go halfway in between or even a third of the way and re-warm your chocolate because it does cool down. If you want to double dip, you can. I don't, but here are your peanut butter balls right here. And all right, I'm going to taste test because you don't like peanut butter, so this is mine. Okay, this is probably my favorite Christmas candy. 10 out of 10. Delicious. Today we're making our 3-ingredient peanut butter cookies from our Dining on a Dime cookbook volume 2 on page 284. We are going to start by setting our oven to 350 degrees. I've already been baking today, getting videos ahead, so it's already pre-warmed. Okay, we're going to take our egg, put it in, then our 1 cup of sugar. This is a 1/4 cup scoop. I just keep it in my sugar. It's just one of everything. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, and 1 egg. This is 18 ounces, so I'm not going to even measure. 8 ounces is 1 cup, so I'm just going to do slightly less than half. I know, that's just living on the edge. You know me, dear, I like to live on the edge, right?
Yep. So it won't hurt the peanut butter cookies if there's a little more peanut butter, a little less?
Well, we'll see, won't we? Okay, get it all mixed up. Just like so. Now we're going to get our baking sheet. Now, I like to use the reusable Silpat mats, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You could use parchment paper or just grease your pan if you want. And then, oh, whoops, let me get some of this peanut butter all the way mixed in. Just a second. There's a little left. Okay, now I'll mix it. And just put them on each dot, and then you will have perfectly rounded and spaced cookies. And look at that, guys. I mean, we're talking, what, 5 minutes? Barely. Then we're going to put this in the oven. Now, if you want to make these chocolate peanut butter cookies, all right, who's been digging into
chocolate chips again.
I haven't.
I think somebody has. Then these are mini chocolate chips. Just put them in the center like that, or mix it in with the peanut butter cookies if you want, and then you have chocolate peanut butter. Now we're going to put them in the oven. This recipe is in the description below and our Dining on a Dime cookbook. Yum. Okay, you want them so they are slightly underdone on the cookie sheet because they will finish cooking on the cookie sheet. But I forgot to do the traditional crisscross with the fork on the tops. You think they'll turn out anyway?
I think they will. How do you do that?
Well, I'm gonna mess up my baked cookies, but you go and then it makes the crisscross like in the picture there.
Oh, nice.
So we will let these cool and then we will do a taste test.
One of these things are not like the others.
I can taste test this one because they're gluten-free and dairy-free. Oh my goodness. They're real hot. I feel really hot. Oh. Okay, these are really good. All right, the first thing you're gonna do is take your peanut butter cups, which yes, my child did sneak some, and put them in the freezer for 30 minutes to get hard. All right, I took them out of the freezer and unwrapped them all, and now I'm cutting them into quarters. So I got my cream cheese mostly softened. Wow, that could have taken out my toe. That is why I wear my shoes in the house. All right, I got my cream cheese, my vanilla, powdered sugar. Oops, well, my goodness. Oh, Tara, we'll just add a little extra. Okay. Well, how much is this? 16 ounces. So that's 3/4 of this. So I'm just gonna put in 3/4 of this. It is 1.5 cups of peanut butter. Now I gotta fold in the whipped topping. And you can't go wrong with that. Whipped cream, Reese's, peanut butter. Oh my. Okay, you're supposed to fold gently, but I'm getting tired of this, so I'm just gonna get this stuff in here. All right. Now we take half the Reese's. Fold that in. This is a diabetic coma waiting to happen. Okay. Now I happened to find this nut pie crust, which was different. Hadn't seen that before. And we're going to put this in there. Holy macaroni, this makes a lot.
It's going to be a very tall cheesecake.
How big of a pan did she use? Oops. I used the wrong pan. It was supposed to be a springform pan. Okay. I used the wrong pan. So it should have been a springform pan.
You want to build a snowman?
Well,
Looks like a...
actually, it's not too bad.
You can keep it all in there?
I think so. Why not?
Looks like a coconut cream pie.
Sure, why not? Then we'll just leave this extra here for Jack. Okay, this I should have made this in a springform pan. There you go. See, too many words. I don't read recipes. I look at pictures of recipes. Okay, now we're gonna put this in the refrigerator and let it set for a few hours, a couple of hours, and then we are going to, I mean, it says refrigerate 4 hours, so we'll probably do it overnight and just come back tomorrow. Wonder what it tastes like. Okay, let's just see. Oh, okay. That's really good. Okay, now I wish I ate dairy because that's like really good. Wow, that's good. All right, here is our Reese's cheesecake. Now I have some melted hot fudge that I'm going to drizzle over the top. Oh, doesn't that look yummy? Not to Mike because he hates peanut butter.
Chocolate looks yummy.
Okay. Then we have our chopped up Reese's. All right, here we go to cut it. Oh, that looks delicious.
Brownies. Just take a regular brownie mix. Just bake it according to the directions on the back of the box. Now, all of my utensils and everything are dirty because I'm doing several cooking videos. We have a party tonight. Whenever there's a party, I try to make as many desserts as I can so that we don't have to eat all of them. Got my oil and my eggs. Now, if you want a really good homemade brownie, you do not have to use the mix. My fudge brownies that I got in the 10th grade in 1987, I think. I have used that recipe for years. The fudge brownies in there are the absolute best brownies ever. I have used that recipe for what? 35, 6, 7, 8 years now, 38 years. Absolutely love it. Now you can use the mixer if you want, or something like this. I don't dry out the mixer. Got my oil here. Okay, we're gonna throw this in the oven and bake it. For the topping, I'm going to take my chocolate chips. And my peanut butter and butter, margarine, and I'm going to melt those together. All right, so now I'm going to spread this as my frosting, oops, on my brownies. Now the trick to not tearing your brownies is to keep your spoon on your frosting and just move the frosting so then you don't rip your brownies like I just did there. Yum! Oh, yum. Okay, we're gonna let these cool, then we're gonna cut them. There we go. Mike does not do peanut butter. So, I'm going to take a bite. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Yum, yum, yum. Hi, I am Tara from livingonadime.com. This is
David,
my faithful assistant. Today we are making 2-ingredient easy peanut butter fudge. So, what do we need, Dave?
We need sweetened condensed milk, and we're using peanut butter chocolate chips. Well,
Yep.
technically chocolate chips, but
Yeah, they're just peanut
Yeah.
butter chips. No chocolate in them, just peanut butter chips, right?
yeah, no.
Okay, so this is a 1 bowl recipe too. So, throw it in here, Dave.
So throw this in here.
We're using 1 full bag of chips and 1 full container of sweetened condensed
So
milk.
I just put it all.
Yep, just dump it in there.
Looks good.
Looks very good, doesn't it?
Yeah, no.
Think it'll last more than 1 day?
Nope.
Think it'll be gone right away?
Probably. That's one thing that I know about.
All right, then we're gonna microwave this in 30-second increments, and we're gonna stir between each 30 seconds to get it all melted. So we're back, and we microwaved this for 1.5 minutes and stirred every 30 seconds to make sure the milk and the peanut butter chips got thoroughly melted. You can see, voila. All right, now we're going to pour it into an 8x8 pan. Then you spread it around in your pan, like so. And then we're going to put this in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour. Depends on how long it takes to set up, and you want it to be firm, and then we'll cut it. All right, so I was wrong. It was actually 3 to 4 hours in the refrigerator that we need to set up our easy 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge. To cut it, just use a regular knife and score it along. Like so. That's about how wide I do it. And then I do fairly small pieces. You want your pieces to be, about 1 inch by 1 inch, give or take. And then just slide it under. And, oh dear. Okay. Maybe 5 hours in the fridge. Because ours is not quite set up. That's about the size you want. But as you can see, mine is sticky. So I'm going to throw it back in the fridge, and I will come back with what they look like in the end.
Hello. We're back.
Okay, we let these sit about 5 hours in the refrigerator. Overnight is best if you want.
If
You can do in 5 hours though. So I like one of these, 1.5 inch spatulas. I like it because it has a beveled edge and I can get underneath. I also spray it with just a tad of cooking spray. Just a little bit, doesn't hurt anything. Then when we go in, it slides much easier. And then we break our little pieces of fudge, and you have yummy 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge. Just peanut butter chips and sweetened condensed milk. You can get this recipe at
livingonadime.com.
Thank you. All right, we are making 3-ingredient cream cheese peanut butter balls. Now to measure, not to marry, please don't marry your cream cheese. To measure your cream cheese, you can see the ounces here. It takes 6 ounces of cream cheese. All right, and then we need 1 cup of peanut butter. Which would be a half a jar of peanut butter because this is 16 ounces. So, just so you know. All right, then we're going to beat these two together. By the way, you want your cream cheese to be softened, so just set it on the counter about an hour before you go to use it. going to take 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now it says to sift your powdered sugar. Like, okay, if you say so. I never sift. So why am I sifting now? You guys like my great grandma's sifter? I was going to use my great grandma's sifter, but now, you know what? Forget it. I don't sift. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and we're just going to start with 2 since it's not sifted and see if that's going to be a good consistency. Okay, that is about the consistency that I want right there. So we're going to let it set up in the refrigerator for about an hour to get firm, and then we're going to roll it into balls. You don't have to put on gloves, but got my Christmas nails on. What do you guys think? Are they like it? Okay, here we go. All right, once we got it scooped out, then we go in and roll it into little balls. Now, these gloves do make this part of it actually a whole lot faster, I think, than your hands, because the gloves are such a smooth surface. Okay. Now we're gonna go put these in the freezer for about an hour, and then we're gonna dip them with chocolate. All right, I have my almond bark here, just the regular almond bark.
Look like donut holes.
They do, don't they? Okay, so I'm curious. I've never had cream cheese and peanut butter before, so I'm gonna give this one a try and let's see. Oh. Oh! Oh, that's delicious. Oh, that's delicious. Okay, you know what? You could just make a fudge out of this. This could just be a fudge. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Okay, now this was a half a package of almond bark. So 12 ounces of almond bark. As always, guys, the recipe is in the description below. People say, why don't you give measurements? So you can go to our website and get them correctly, if we remember to put the link in there. And if I don't, please nicely let me know that I forgot the link. No need to be getting all snippy because I forgot the link. Okay, now we're gonna let these get hardened, and then we're gonna taste test. Okay, they are done. I probably should have double dipped these. My aunt always did. She had perfect peanut butter balls, but guys, I'm just tired. So I just break off all. Now you can do this over a, you know, a cookie, what is it called? A cookie cooling rack. And just let the chocolate fall off, and then you won't have all these little pieces on there. Taste testing. Mike doesn't like peanut butter, so I will sacrifice. Okay, that is really good with cream cheese. I'm sorry, you can't go wrong with cream cheese and peanut butter. You can find the recipe in the description below.